Alright, so we are doing the chapter 6 for 10. So the reading guide, I am going to let her read for me, so yeah, enjoy.
Reading Guide CH 6-10, Children of Blood and Bone, Chapter 6, pages 68-73, 1. Who is Inan, the narrator of Chapter 6, The Prince? 2. Why do you think the author, Tommy Adeyemi, keeps shifting the point of view between Zelie, Amari, and now Inan? What effect does this have on the reader? The guardian relationship between the narrator and the business. 3. Why does Inan think he deserves to be beat by his father, to defend the power of his? 4. When Inan returns, why is the queen so concerned? She was shocked of what she saw him. 5. While looking at Commander Kaya, Inan notices something different about her. What is it? The amazed incoming king of the next one comes. 6. Why is Inan the only person the king will trust to go after the fugitive? I think he supports a void of the system of the return. Chapter 7, pages 74-80. 7. As soon as they are clear of the city, Sane starts yelling at Zelie. Why is he upset? He's mad that by protecting Amari, the king's guards will hunt Zelie and her family. 8. How don't Sane and Zelie learn that they are transporting the Princess Amari away from the palace? To track them palace to their forgiven power shall in blood. 9. What is Ash? Pronounced Ashe, look at word wall vocabulary on back whiteboard, in blood, gives magic. 10. Why was Zelie always sure, and hopeful, that she would become a Reaper? She would feel the Reaper of how it feels to be the susceptible. 11. Zelie wants to abandon Amari in the forest. Why does Sane think they can't do that? They are probably afraid they could get hurt or kidnapped. Chapter 8, pages 81-85. 12. Chapter 8 shifts back to Inan narrating. Why does Inan struggle to accept that his sister, Amari, has committed treason, betrayal of one's country or tribe? He normally thinks Amari is so beauty and peace of fighting warriors of old things. 13. Inan sincerely doubts his father's story about his sister, but one thing makes him think. How was his father different while telling this story? He looks old and barely speak up and not really much detailed. 14. How has King Saran suffered at the hands of the Magi? It usually exacts around the suffer of the peaceful. How quiet is no acting out. Chapter 9, pages 86-97. 15. How does Mama Agba react when she touches the scroll? She would fell in the parchment unpleasant. 16. Why does Mama Agba have no hair? She was bald with some type cancer. 17. What is the cost of using ash for a magi? Pronounced Ashe, word of spelling magic towers. 18. What does Mama Agba's vision tell them? To be on any side they're in, and maybe treat the world unable to be seen as priceless. Chapter 10, pages 98-101. 19. What do the Orisians believe about the afterlife? It is some type of living a different sort of life you want to enjoy yourself and work full-time. 20. Zelie does not want to leave Baba and Mama Agba behind, but both want her to go. How will she find them again? They will try to put more effort into looking for them if they are lost by many escapes.
Alright, so we are probably going to be doing story about this part. I don't know if it's gonna be I don't know if it's gonna be my last video, but I know that I'm supposed to be offline, but I just want to get this over with just to catch up with my reading guide. So yeah, so this is chapter 11 to 13. So use your book to help you find the correct answers. As soon as this pops up, I'll be able to read it for her.
Chapter 11, pages 102-108. 1. How did the burning of the village of Elohim go against Inan's plan? He wanted to burn Elisha but didn't want to kill no one. 2. Why is Inan so conflicted by the scene he sees before him? He blames himself for failing and not protecting his sister. 3. What can Inan see that is apparently invisible to others? To
He
show sense of
nods.
humor or protective superiority. 4. When Inan is certain that he can feel magic coursing through his body, what does he believe has happened to him? Something that is used above or around him, in connection with many comfort. 5. Why does Yimi offer to give Inan any information she can about Seely? I think showing the info that she has and share it away for many emergencies. Chapter 12, pages 109-115. 6. While Zelie is watching Amari sleep, what does she think of the princess? She thinks Amari is weak because of her spoiled upbringing. 7. Why does Zelie struggle to pray? Her connection is weak and lacks power. 8. When Zelie awakens, she is experiencing something new. What is happening to her? She is in a dream world and she is not asleep at all. 9. Why did Mama always warn Zelie about connectors? They wield power over scrolls and break into your head. 10. Why is Zelie certain that the prince won't stop until he kills her? They were afraid they might get the outrage and hurt of abuse sickness. Chapter 13, pages 116 to...
Sorry to interrupt, but there was some comments about Mr. Spencer's comments. So his response was, many answers and responses did not fit the question. Or, so many answers and responses did not fit the question or they were incorrect. Please check with him as we go over every question in class.
130. 11. Zelie looks at Zane and feels guilty. Why? Inan is ashamed and distraught over a secret and he may have magi blood. 12. What happened to all of the silver Zelie received when she sold the sailfish? She has looked at the bottom of the history sea and was called for it, and it was the other advice. 13. Why does Zane feel sympathy for Amari? Because he wants to make sure she is fine and merchant any kind of feeling she has the soul. 14. When Amari's bare back is exposed, what do Zelie and Zane glimpse? The break of the hatred of how much of the hand size and useful manner. 15. Why does Zelie think it is strange that Amari was born to rule over Orisha? To maybe denying the other option to tell rules or not rules in huge situations. 16. Why did King Saran force his children, Inan and Amari, to fight each other with real swords, even as children? They were trained at this time and they decided to make up. 17. Why won't the merchant take Amari's crown? Because she is afraid that something might happen like destroying it. 18. Even though they need the supplies, why does Zelie tell Amari she doesn't have to give up all of her possessions? To show strong of how she is and take the outbreak in different theme types. 19. How does Amari surprise the merchant? She was sensible and highly of the princess to be a good woman. 20. How does Zelie test Amari's skills? To lower the mark of how good you want to train another time.
So that's about it for the chapter 11, 13. So I'm gonna look at. So we will probably be doing stories in this part. I'll do another one for the other day. So yeah, Mr. Spencer normally puts comments whenever my responses don't make sense. So yeah, it happens sometimes. I am going to be doing. Let's do a song real quick. Let's do a song. Alright, song lyric analysis, Upside Down. This is from Curious George. I have never done this yet, so you'll find this very interesting.
Instructions. Read through the passage we read previously from chapter 51 on pages 346-347 of Children of Blood and Bone, then answer the analysis questions below. On the back, listen to the song in class or search YouTube, link here, for the song Upside Down by Jack Johnson, and answer the questions on the back. From Children of Blood and Bone, pages 346-347 in CH. 51. Zelie narrates, what now? Where do we are we even away? I know this will be hard to digest. Inan speaks first. But things changed when you and Amari were taken. I'm aware that it's a lot to ask, but if your sister can learn to trust me. Zane whips to me, his glower hitting like a staff to the gut. His face said it all. Tell me this isn't true. Sane, if it weren't for him, I would have been taken, too. Because he wanted to kill me himself. When the fighters attacked, he still wanted to drive his sword through my heart. I take a breath and start over, running my hands over my staff. I can't afford to mess this up. I need Sane to listen to me. I didn't trust him, not at first. But Inan fought by my side. When I was in danger, he threw himself in harm's way. My voice seems to shrink. Unable to look at anyone, I stare at my hands. He's seen things, felt things I could never explain to anyone else. How am I supposed to believe that? Sane crosses his arms. Because, I look back at Inan. He's a Magi. What? Amari's jaw drops and she whips toward Inan. Though I've seen her eye the streak in his hair before, now the realization dawns. Tell me you're not this stupid, Sane says. A different kind of pain flashes behind his eyes. You can't trust him, Zale. Magi or not, he isn't on our side. Sane. He tried to kill you, forget it. He rises with a wince and heads for the tent exit, fighting through the pain in his leg. You're always screwing everything up. Why stop now? Lyrics to Upside Down by Jack Johnson, 2006. Recommended by Period 3A student Max Felber. Who's to say? What's impossible? Well, they forgot. This world keeps spinning. And with each new day, I can feel a change in everything. And as the surface breaks, reflections fade. But in some ways they remain the same. And as my mind begins to spread its wings, there's no stopping curiosity. I want to turn the whole thing upside down. I'll find the things they say just can't be found. I'll share this love I find with everyone. We'll sing and dance to Mother Nature's songs. I don't want this feeling to go away. Who's to say? I can't do everything. Well, I can try. And as I roll along, I begin to find things aren't always just what they seem. I want to turn the whole thing upside down. I'll find things they say just can't be found. I'll share this love I find with everyone. We'll sing and dance to Mother Nature's songs. This world keeps spinning and there's no time to waste. Will it all keep spinning round and upside down? Who's to say what's impossible and can't be found? I don't want this feeling to go away. Please don't go away. Is this how it's supposed to be? Answer the questions. Number 1-6, below, due today. 1. Firstly, what is your first impression of the song and music overall? Do you like it? It is actually pretty interesting because of the memories go better. 2. Connect. What connections does the song have to Children of Blood and Bone? Which part of the lyrics do you think relate to Seely's life, her relationship with Inan, or her relationship with her brother, Sane? It kind of relates to a session of what they got in their relationships. 3. What symbolism do you think as the surface breaks, reflections fade as in the song, either literally or figuratively? Note that Jack Johnson lives in Hawaii and is a skilled surfer. It kind of uses the progress of how figuratively it makes around the connection. 4. Paraphrase, what does the line, and as my mind begins to spread its wings there's no stopping curiosity mean? Rewrite it in your own words. In meaning no stopping of the curiosity because you could be curious in most things. 5. Analyze, why do you think Seely has decided to trust Prince Inan, who wanted her dead not long ago? What factors influence her decision to see him in a new light? 6. Theme, how do you cope when your life doesn't work out the way you planned? Jack Johnson's dad, Jeff Johnson, was a well-known surfer. By the time Jack Johnson was 17, he became the youngest person to be invited to surf in the finals of Pipeline Masters of North Shore Oahu, one of the top surfing competitions in the world. Only 1 week after his debut at Pipeline Masters, he had a surfing accident which ended up with Jack needing 150 stitches in his forehead and caused him to lose a few teeth. This accident unfortunately ended his budding career as a professional surfer. What themes or lessons do you think the songwriter was trying to teach with these lyrics about your life not turning out the way you expected, or for how Seely and Inan have started getting closer against all odds? Hint, start your theme statement with one should not. It is the most important to be curious as you can start about.
Yeah, definitely. Alright. I think I have enough time to do one assignment. I'll be doing Egyptians' history of astronomy. So, um, science notes. Egyptians' history of astronomy. Saw patterns in the sun and Venus. Called the sun, Ra, sun god, rode as his boat across the sky daily. Developed 365-day calendar. Saw objects that moved in the sky, called planets, sun, and moon wanderers. Earth motionless and at the center of the universe. So, Ptolemy, leading astronomer, geocentric theory, Earth is center of universe lasted for 1,400 years. Arabs, Caliph Harun al-Rashid ruler. Scholars translated Greek texts into Arabic and preserved in house a Woodsum library in Baghdad. Measure positions of stars and planets. With fine instruments, Astrobate can perform calculations named the red giant Betelgeuse in orbit 325 light years away. Poland, Copernicus, 1540, first to suggest the heliocentric model, sun is the center of the universe. Objects orbit sun in perfect circles, still not a perfect model. Denmark, Tycho Brahe, 1576, collected data about the position of planets for 20 years, able to make accurate predictions for positions without telescope. Hadon Tycho universe combination of Ptolemy and Copernicus. Earth is stationary, believed in circular orbits. So science notes are Earth, Moon, and Sun, less than 1. Main idea, the sky from Earth. Less than 2, Earth and space. So if you guys have questions, let me know, and I'll be able to... I know this is kind of short, but I just want to get things done quicker because... But I believe I still have one assignment that I could do. I could do that too. I know this is kind of short, but I don't mind because I have to get some shut eye, so that's why. Because I was gonna get off at 10, but I decided to stay here for a while. Chrysalis, butterfly, life cycle, caterpillar, and larva. All right, so I'll be putting this assignment, and I'll be putting. Let's just do the NFL stands for Nation Football League. It is the world's most popular football league, and it's based in the United States. You get 6 points for a touchdown. You get 1 point for extra credit or point. You get 2 points if you decided to go for a 2-point conversion instead of the extra point after a touchdown. You get 3 points for a field goal. You get 2 points for safety. Although an NFL team consists of 52 players, roster sizes can vary at any level. The amount of players on the field at any given time in the NFL is 11. You can have unlimited substitutions, but can only have 11 on the field at the time. So that's what you should know about